Hi there, guys. I just wanted to pop in before this review to tell you it's audio only because it is too hot. It's 40 degrees here today, Celsius. That's like 110 or something. We don't have air conditioning here. Very few people do because it doesn't stay super hot for very long, usually. So I'm in the car, I got air conditioning now. That's all right, but you don't want to see what I look like in the house. So we're gonna just audio. Enjoy, guys. Thanks. Hello, my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. As you saw in that clip there, the vlog clip at the beginning, this is going to be an audio only video today because it's too hot. So anyway, let's get on into it. Today we've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys, and today we are talking about Unwanted by Sheridan. Now, I knew nothing about this author. I'd never read from her before. A quick look at her Goodreads author profile tells me that she's got a bunch of books out. One very popular called, I believe, Archer's Voice, and that's got like 500,000 reviews, so that's incredible. Anyway, I grabbed this off NetGalley. Oh, and by the way, it came out today, well, yesterday for you, July 9th. So even though it's already out, we're still going to do spoiler-free here today because it's so freshly out. Anyway, so I picked this knowing very little about it. I thought it was kind of just a straight-up thriller, but it kind of dips its toes in a bunch of different genres. It's definitely a mystery, definitely a bit of a thriller. There's some romantic elements thrown in, and I really enjoyed it. So basically, this story is told from 3 different points of view. We've got first Harper. I always want to call her Maple for some reason, but no, her name's Harper. She's kind of a nature specialist, or not specialist, expert perhaps. She runs her own small business where she takes people on tours of the forest. She takes them on hikes, takes them to show them special things around the area. Anyway, she has been summoned by the local police department, and she lives in a small town in Montana where she grew up. She's been an orphan since she was very young, and she's just always stayed in this small town. Anyway, she's been summoned by the police department. They need her help because a new officer has come to town. He's recently moved there from California, and they need her to drive him around because the crime he's currently investigating, he needs to go into the woods. And they're like, we know exactly who can take you into these woods. Harper. So, then the second point of view is of the detective. He's Detective Gallagher, and there's been 2 murders in town, which is unheard of in this very small town. One, a woman was murdered in the bed and breakfast she was staying at, and then a man was murdered at his home just outside of town on an acreage. And the rather interesting thing about that whole situation is that they were both killed with a bow and arrow. Like, weird way to kill someone, right? Especially in present day. Anyway, so the second man, when he was murdered, he was able to call the police, but he wasn't able to speak. But they get his call and they respond. And as they're arriving there, they find a man who's sort of just running through the woods. And this is our third point of view, and it's a man named Lucas. And he's wild. Like, they can tell just from looking at him, like, his clothes are all handmade out of animal furs. And after speaking to him for just a little bit of time, they can tell that he's never really lived in civilization. Like, when they pull up in the truck, like, he doesn't even know what a truck is. So they take him in for questioning. And those are our 3 points of view. From there, it kind of becomes us learning about Harper and her past, and her present. Then the detective is used to keep us abreast with what's going on with the investigation. And then the third point of view from this man, we learn about his past, which is extraordinarily interesting. And all in all, it's a story of survival and found family and love. And I really enjoyed it. Mia Sheridan is a fantastic writer. There were 2 points in this book that I found to be so profound that I had to put the book down and just take a minute to really process what she had written, because it was beautiful and it was truthful and it was just a chef's kiss. It was so good. Also, this book this book appears to be the first in a series. The ending really sets it up for there to be more of it, which I think is interesting, and I could definitely see it. Because, too, what we learn about Lucas is why he's lived in the woods from the time that he was 7 years old to present day. Now he's 23, I think. And it's very interesting. It's a very clever story. You can tell a lot of time and thought went into it, and I appreciate that, and I think it's great. I will warn you, however, that just before the halfway point, there was a moment where I almost put it down and DNF'd it and I'm going to warn you because I know a lot of people don't like this, and a lot of people try to avoid this. So if this is something you need to avoid, here's your warning. There's an animal death in this, and it's an animal that we come to care a lot about and spend a lot of time with, and the death was so upsetting. Like I said, I almost walked away from the book. I'm glad that I didn't, because here I sit now done with it, and I'm going to rate it probably a 4.5, rounded up to a 5. I really, really enjoyed it. But that death was painful. It was painful. I hated reading it. It upset me for a long time afterwards. So there's your warning if you're like me and that's something you don't like to read. I get it. I wholeheartedly get it. So there you go. Anyway, like I said, this book is out now. And if you've read Mia Sheridan before, then you know, because I assume her other books are also well written, that she's a beautiful writer. And if you have read any others from her, let me know if you would recommend any of them. Like I said, Archer's Voice has a ton of reviews, a very high rating, so maybe that's something I should check out. Anyway, next time I post a video, I'll hopefully be seeing you. We'll be having a chat face-to-face because the heat wave has broken. And the next video, I think, is going to be a book talk where we talk about Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. I've heard so many great reviews. I'm so excited to read it. Also, if you did in fact make it this far, leave me a... Is there a wolf emoji? If there is, I'm sure there is. Leave me a wolf emoji. If not, a dog. A dog will do. And yeah, that's going to do it for me for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye!